I am from the great nation of India. My nation might be a racist, casteist, disgustingly vile, resource-scarce society.
We live in a society.
But there is a saving grace in all this. My nation is filled with Tsundere women. They might not have the blonde pigtail or the popping vein on their forehead, but they have mastered the art of being hot and cold. Mostly just the cold. For example, when an Indian girl says, "No, I'm not interested, get away from me, you creep." As an intellectual, I know that she is just playing hard to get. When she says, "Please stop stalking me," the real translation is that she feels undeserving of my love due to her past trauma. When she screams, "Did you steal my bra?" it is quite obvious that she is ovulating and trying to initiate physical intimacy by using sexual remarks. And my favorite one, when she says, "I'm calling the police right now," which means that she finally feels ready to make the relationship public to the authorities. This paradox of hot and cold lies at the heart of otaku culture. The more a woman rejects you, the more Japanese internet forums convince you that she is secretly in love with you. She explicitly hates you because secretly she wants to have your babies. Normies call it being delusional, anime fans call it the best girl arc. Now this delusion is not a bug in the system. It is the foundation of anime's most enduring and one of the most controversial archetypes. Tsundere is a dance between being vulnerable and being defensive that predates anime by centuries. Samurai were the original Tsundere. They were either totally stoic or psychopathic murderers, the ultimate hot and cold. The goddess Athena came out of head of Zeus in a fully fleshed personality. The goddess of wisdom, calm and rational, a fierce, unyielding goddess of strategic warfare. But despite all that IQ, she remained a virgin throughout her life, signifying that unrealistic standards in women are not a present phenomena. I could totally become a house husband for Athena. I mean, who does not like tall, ambitious, well-groomed women?
Goo goo gaga.
Now, totally opposite to Athena, the concept of Tsundere did not appear fully formed like we see today. Violent tendencies, blushing while screaming, "Baka!" making her feelings and the crush pretty obvious to the audience but not to the main character. The archetype of Tsundere started in the manga's early days, almost a natural byproduct of the storytelling traditions that valued emotional constraint in the Japanese conservative culture. The manga historian
Kazuo Koike.
he claimed to have coined the term sunsun, which signifies the defensive mode, and the term dere dere, which is the attachment mode. In his 1972 works, Kokosei Burai Hikae, there's a scene where the female love interest is dropping hints, being all hot and bothered, without being expressive about her feelings explicitly. In case it is not clear, she wants his inside her vagina.
Oh my.
I guess this is Tsundere in a way, but still not quite there. The early forms of Tsundere, I want to call them Proto-Tsundere. Proto means primitive. The Proto-Tsundere emerged from the intersection of two manga traditions. The estrogen-fueled romances of the shoujo manga and almost the steroidal rage of the shonen mangas. You take both of these contrasting traits and put them in a single character, you get bipolar bitches. They do act like they're chronically menstruating, but people seem to love them.
And why in the hell am I telling all of this to you?
I'm sorry.
I've really hit rock bottom when I get sympathy from a loser like you.
I'm strangely turned on right now.
Osamu Tezuka, the godfather of manga. He took inspiration from the Disney princess archetype and planted one of the earliest seeds of Tsundere in his manga series, Princess Knight. Hecate, the haughty noble girl. She embodies the Proto-Tsundere in its most aristocratic purity. She is quite cold towards the protagonist, our Prince Sapphire. But that coldness is not actually real, but instead it is a calculated mask to hide her affections and horniness behind her social class. Hecate was raised as a boy to inherit the throne and become the king herself. She has to navigate the perceived expectations of her gender, her social class, and the royal duty, keeping everyone at a certain distance until Prince Sapphire's persistence cracks her facade. Now this character arc from rejection to acceptance, this is not slapstick humor. Hecate is not violent, she does not electrocute or punch her simp who's after her poon. She is coldly dismissive, echoing the classic literature archetype of the aristocrat who's hiding her vulnerability behind her social civility. Now why do even fans like this? I think it is because ruining this social civility is the ultimate male kink.
Classical Freudian, good choice.
Fast forward to 1978. Rumiko Takahashi kicks off the Tsundere apocalypse in a nation of repressed salarymen. Urusei Yatsura, serialized in the Weekly Shonen Jump, the raging boner material for acne-faced teenagers praying for power of friendship, jerking off to superheroes and cat girls, and praying for the confidence to talk to girls without evaporating. Urusa Yatsura introduces Lum, a green-skinned alien demon princess who literally crashes through our protagonist Ataru Mabroshi's roof. Lum is electric. Her fingertip zaps deliver punishment to Ataru's chronic womanizing. Lum is a violent, jealous bitch, yet she is also openly affectionate. She zaps Ataru for pussy hunting, yet she also smothers him in her possessive tit squash. The cycle is a perpetual loop of gag humor. Violence, then sweetness. Her affection and anger are not sequential phases, but the same emotional phenomena. It's not that she's mad and does not love you. She's mad because love made her lose control. So what's the big deal about this? What elevates Lum from being a side character slut to a character that revolutionizes simp scriptures? Well, answer is by the man who almost created the modern doujinshi culture, the comic kit organizer Koichi Ichikawa. He explicitly credits Lum as the very source of Moe and the first true Tsundere. Moe is the cute vulnerability spell that makes you want to protect someone who would absolutely ruin your week, and Tsundere is its DNA. Moe is the symptom, Tsundere is the pathogen. A cute woman being emotionally triggered and possessive over you to the point of violence? Kind of hot. And this passion for Tsunderes has ignited PhD-level scholarly debates. As it should. To the claim of Lum being the first true Tsundere, the manga critic Jason Thompson counters. Objection! He instead claims that Madoka Ayukawa from Kimagure Orange Road, she's the first true Tsundere template. Why? He claims that Madoka fits the modern Tsundere rulebook perfectly. Cool front, but tender core. Tough exterior that is masking the sweet interior. Her hidden affection leaking out gradually amid the psychic teen drama, her feelings leaking out in controlled, small doses. Madoka does not explode like Lum. She withholds her aggression, her cruelty is subtle, and her vibe is cool. Madoka indeed feels like a blueprint for the modern Tsundere. The girl who punches to conceal her blushes, whose is actually her emotional body armor. Madoka's gradual exposure of vulnerability feels like character development, while Lum's anger and her electric zapping, it almost feels like a one-trick pony without any rewards. Now, even though we are talking about all these behaviors and archetypes, the actual term, Tsundere, it only started to pick up steam around 2000s. On a very specific date of August of 29, 2002, among the online forum community of 2chan, which at the time had Japan's largest online and rising community, members were discussing Ayu Daikuji, one of the heroines from the popular light novel Rumbling Hearts. One of the members casually commented on the personality of Ayu Daikuji as Sun, dere, because she was prone to extreme mood shifts, going from sweet to angry in seconds. And people somehow liked that shit and they shortened it to Tsundere. Visual novels picked up the archetype and the Tsundere character simply became a must-have. Pick up the right dialogue option, keep showing up, take the hits, and eventually even the cold girl will melt and she will show her the dere side. Disclaimer kids, that is not real. You have to be hot.
Hey, the video has ended. This is a kind of a video where I try to remove any kind of fluff and statistics, numbers, just kind of a narration style of videos. Do you like it? Maybe you don't. If you don't, that's totally chill. But if you like it, I will be making more videos. Subscribe if you want to see more narrative style videos.